Let's see if it's getting there. Okay, we are live. Check on your end, please. But it seems like we are live. Du, 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 du.
Trading connection lost.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, cool.
Market data connection lost.
Take
Trading
off the OBS
connection
though.
reestablished.
Yep. Okay, guys.
Market data connection
What's going
reestablished.
on? Every day, like always, I'm Michael. Next to me, with me, Daniel. We are from MIKI'S, bringing you the most important information you need in order to trade properly this trading day. And like always, if you have any questions, feel free to comment and obviously subscribe and like. Make sure you share it as well so more people will get this free and super important content. For today, Daniel, we have a new opening, right? Like an intro. So
Yeah, finally we have a well done intro for you guys, and thank you for joining us for our stream. Mickey, let's cue the intro.
yep. Okay, that was a cool intro. Hopefully they hear that music in the background. Not sure about that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Alrighty. So before we dive into today news and analysis of the indices and stocks that we are watching to trade, I want to recap in this next minute or so of what we had yesterday and what we talked about yesterday and what we actually saw. So let's go to the chart and where we'll see exactly what we discussed, and then you can see what happened. So first thing that we discussed was the S&P and the Nasdaq. We talked about it, that the prices, that the price of the indices is looking pretty good to the upside. So we said that if the price will breach that resistance level on the S&P 4-hour chart, then we will continue higher. This is exactly what we're seeing, and we reached that resistance level, as you can see at the moment, but basically looking pretty good to the upside. In a second we will talk about today trading, and we also spoke about the Nasdaq, saying on a 4-hour chart NQ future contract, saying also it could go higher. It did, made a nice momentum move to the upside, reaching that X mark, where we should see a resistance, maybe just a little bit higher than what we are right now. Besides that, we talked about some other stocks. One of them was in play, and we told you exactly where we want to take it. So follow the chart as we go along here. Space, SPCE. That was, Daniel, remind me, that was the first flight in 2 years, right?
Space had its first flight, first correct, and first successful flight in about 2 years, and they are launching soon commercial flight options to space. So that was a really big news for the stock. Take it back, Mickey.
Okay, so what we basically said pre-market before opening bell. You can see, if I'm taking the chart just a little bit backward, then you can see the pre-market of yesterday. And what I told you, that basically if I'm going to trade SPCE, I'm going to trade it exactly as this mark, the draw that I made here. I wanted to break this resistance level, then test it, and only then, when breaking and retesting it, then I can look for the upside. So all along the way, it moved pretty much sideways until the momentum started to kick in around 2 Eastern time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. But again, I can't really take this trade because we are still in the pre-market levels. So I waited and waited and waited and waited, and then let's zoom in on a 1 minute chart. That was my trade. And then when we broke through that resistance level that we discussed pre-market yesterday and retested as support, then I got in. Since it's a 9 o'clock trade, or actually 10 o'clock, 10, like 3:30, like 30 minutes before the end, I took only a small risk, but this is the trade that I made. Took it above the 26.85 and took first partial out at 27.67 and then 33. The reason that I took it all the way up is basically I had those two levels marked because of the again pre-market gap that was there, and this is why as soon as I got close there, I took them out. Pretty nice trade, only $300 after commission, like 288. But again, it was just a small risk because of that, basically the end of the day, and I didn't want to take a major risk there. But a nice trade as well. You could have done the same thing. Again, the most important thing in trading is the preparation. As soon as you got it done, as soon as you know what are you looking for, the scenario that you want to trade, then you just gotta wait for it. When you see it happening, just click buy and go in. Simply as that. Okay, so Daniel, take it from here. Tell us a little bit about the news that coming for today that will move the market, and then we will jump to the charts again.
Okay, guys. So as you guys know, I'm going to cover the news. Some interesting mixed news in the pre-market session. In the pre-market, the futures were up potentially as yesterday China announced it would cut down on rapid inflation. Same thing in the U.S. The FOMC. There were some speakers yesterday, and the speakers said that inflation is expected. They're using the word transitory inflation. So let's see how that works.
Tell us a little bit about that, Daniel.
So as you guys know, during COVID, the global economy kind of shut down, and in order to stimulate the economy, the Fed printed about 40% of all dollars ever printed have been printed in the last few years. So this is causing fears that investors that now that the economy is open up, we have savings that are at record high, and this is unprecedented. So we have all these consumers in the U.S. who want to run out and spend their money on services, maybe a new car to travel, and this is leading to different indicators in price risings. What are your thoughts on the inflation, Mickey? Are you scared? Do you think the market's going to react? Are you worried about your own personal savings? What are your thoughts?
I'm not worried about my savings.
I am.
Because I like all cash. But
yeah, I'm all cash. We're all cash here. We're traders, so
yeah.
But if the cost of living rises, it affects us. It affect everyone.
I mean, it will, and it's something that always happen in the market or like in general in economical. Because at the end you can look at like 20 years ago or 10 years ago, the prices were lower. Rent got higher, gas got higher, and so on. So you will always have this inflation. Depends on how rapid it will be, the momentum of it. That's what important here.
And guys, that momentum is what the market is really scared of. Next order of business is Germany had its quarter-over-quarter economic news. Germany is the largest economy in Europe, and Europe is the second or third biggest economy in the world. So that really shows how the European and the euro is going to do. German economy shrank by over 1.8% quarter over quarter, and I believe almost 40% quarter over year. So, Mickey, what are your thoughts on that? On on the euro and everything going on with that?
I mean, but it's obvious that the German economy will shrink just a little bit since coronavirus. So lots of people didn't go to restaurants, didn't buy, didn't fly, and so on. So it makes sense. But as soon as they will open again the gate and people will start consuming more, I believe it will go straight to the moon again.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope that inflation stays transitory and doesn't, skyrocket out of control. I mean, the Fed, and look, whatever the Fed does, guys, other central banks are doing too. And the money printing has slowed down a little bit, but it hasn't slowed down enough. Hopefully, the next couple of months, we will see, some more Fed action and some less inflation, and hopefully prices will stabilize a little bit. We have new home. First of all, next thing is that crude prices are seeing a lot of volatility as the Iran talks move here and there. So look how oil and oil names can print and can trade. Next time we have some home sales at 10 a.m. and consumer confidence. We trade stocks in place, so it won't really affect us. Some few stocks and earnings, nothing really worth mentioning. This is kind of interesting. MGM over the last 2 years has been a stock that's been really in play with COVID. Mickey, have you traded MGM over the last 2 years?
Yeah,
Year and a
definitely.
half?
MGM,
Yeah.
AVS, Win, yeah, all of them.
So Amazon is in talks to buy MGM. It hasn't been confirmed, but it's in talks, and the deal is in the finishing end, they said. So, Mickey, what are your thoughts on this? Amazon buying MGM. This is going to be Amazon's second biggest purchase after Whole Foods.
Yeah, and probably, Amazon is an empire. Just
Amazon.
buying and buying and buying, and it will be the interesting part in Amazon. They are taking, like you said, the whole cell, right? The whole food cell,
Yeah.
and now they're going to like casinos and resorts and stuff like that. They are all over the place. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, it really is becoming like a country. It's getting kind of scary. Yeah, they're actually opening like hair salons now, too.
Nice.
Jesus. Next, we have Ride Sinks. Yesterday, Ride had earnings, and the market wasn't really in tune with the earnings. The stock earnings came out kind of mixed, but what was really noteworthy was that they're going to cut production, which really, damaged any kind of auto EV name when they start cutting production. And that means that they're not going to see future growth.
What's the symbol?
So
What's the symbol again?
RIDE. I
Mm.
mean, the stock got hammered in the pre-market, and I don't know if it's not really a trading opportunity. I think a lot of it was just a lot of it was institutions that were getting exposure, private equities to Ride and other names, and when that went to south, they decided to jump ship. So, any thoughts you have on Ride? You want to go over the chart?
No, actually, I didn't look at it at all. Um, uh, but go ahead, finish the news, and we will discuss some
Okay. Another
interesting.
news is Nvidia has reporting tomorrow, and Nvidia is going to do a 4-to-1 stock split. As you guys remember, Apple had a 4-to-1 stock split, and that created a lot of buzz for the stock. So between earnings and stock split, it's going to be a fun week for Nvidia. So a lot of good price action expected. Nvidia is one of the key growth momentum stocks, especially when there's a global semiconductor shortage. So yeah, Mickey, you excited to trade NVDA?
Yeah, definitely. Intraday, it's a little bit aggressive. You gotta know where to put your stop loss on Nvidia because it's easily doing some shakeouts. But definitely, when you take the right trade, it usually explode.
Okay. A little bit of arbitrage news. Jim Cramer, for you guys who don't know, Jim Cramer was a hedge fund manager, and now he's one of those famous people on CNBC who gives advice to people on what kind of stocks to buy. He said, and I quote, sell, dump NIO, buy Tesla, end quote. So there's going to be a lot of order flow out of NIO into Tesla. So there should be some good volatility there. NIO and Tesla are usually always in play. So just that added news.
I didn't know that he was an hedge fund manager. Yeah, Jim
He was.
Cramer.
It was yeah. He was a hedge fund manager, and he was a very good one at that. Actually,
Really? Okay, because
his secretary just walked away with like $20 million because she had equity in the company.
I mean, I actually don't like this guy
No, but yeah,
whatsoever.
he makes it into like a sport, like a joke in a sense. But for the American consumer, that keeps them entertained
That's
because
true.
people don't really like charts are sexy. Financial data is not very sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, the largest pension fund in the world is the not in the world, in the U.S. is the California State Workers, called like Calify. They made some serious changes to their portfolio. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of shares here. They sold BABA, PLTR, GME, and they bought XPEV. So those are some really big, those are some significant, trades going on, and we're going to be watching those stocks. Mickey, what are your thoughts on institutional trading and how these large trades affect us, the day trader?
I mean, in general, obviously affects us, and we got to know how they trade in order to not get manipulated. And this is what most of what we do as traders, you and I, and the others on the team, looking for that institutional trades in order to get in with them and not against them. But in this case, you said that they bought Expedia?
No, XPEV, the
XPEV.
Chinese
XPEV.
company.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in actually. I bought it like 6 months ago.
I remember when it had an IPO. Yeah, I had a losing trade a couple days afterwards. Um, Next news is Kathy Woods. For all what you think of Kathy Woods, her name brings up buzz, and buzz brings up traders.
Yeah.
Kathy Wood buys holdings in Twitter, DraftKings, and Netflix. And when I was doing my pre-market scanning, DraftKings had some nice pre-market activity. So, Mickey, take it away.
Yeah, let's go to the charts and have a look. Okay, so before we'll go to your list, I want to check out the mRNA, Moderna, since it's gapping up from 164 yesterday close to 168.50 ish, and this is because they have phase 2 good result for phase 2. They are looking to get approved from the FDA to vaccinate children
Vaccinate, yeah,
under 12.
under under 12, I believe.
Right. So price is moving higher around the 168 right now. Let's see the chart, the daily chart, and the 1H to get a little bit more information. As you can see, at the moment we are trading just around this open of the red candle. I want to go 1H here, 1 hour chart, just to get a little bit more info and to see some, let me take out the extended hours, and to see maybe we have some gap around this area. First I will mark this level, the 169. This should be a resistance level that you don't want to trade long before that resistance level unless you got unless you got space to at least a 1.5 ratio. So make sure if you enter in below that, going long before that 169, sorry, not 168.
They add one thing.
Yeah, so make sure you have enough space for that. Yeah.
So, guys, remember, when you break any kind of key level, there's going to be a lot of sellers on that level. So even if the trade works, remember, guys, you could see the trade flash back a little bit. So be careful and add that into your trade plan. So take it back, Mickey.
Yeah, great. So what I would recommend here is basically wait for it to break through that level, exactly as I traded yesterday, SPCE. Break through that level, retest it as support, and from that point around the 168.90 plus minus, you gotta see it live, and then look for the upside. We got about $2 to the upside as soon as it will happen, so that's a nice move. Probably your stop loss will be around 50 cents, something like that. What else do we have on the charts, Daniel?
I have a couple names. AMC and SPCE are still in play. SPCE and AMC have a lot of volume, over 1.1 million.
Hold on, let's go one at a time. AMC, you said?
SPCE and then AMC have the most volume on the intraday. So SPCE is going to be in play for the next couple of days. So, yeah.
right? SPCA, the only thing that I don't like about it, it's still ranging between this support resistance level that we marked yesterday and 2 days ago, or on Friday. So maybe when it will break through those levels, 27, even 27.50, then start looking for the upside. Or if it's going down and breaking the 25, then you can go short, looking to get to a short position. We got plenty of room to the downside for a trade. Which one was the symbol of the other one?
AMC.
AMC?
AMC.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah, they moved here.
Actually was in for a while in AMC. I took it down here at 2:30, something like that, or 3:30, and went all the way up to 20. I didn't sell. Got all the way down to the
That's nice.
6, and then when it moved higher again, I sold. So it might continue higher, looking pretty good actually.
I think on AMC, the theory is that as the economy is opening up, people are desperate to go to the movies. I miss the movies, and they're going to go to AMC and just watch movies for the hell of watching a movie. So some post COVID momentum in a sense.
Yeah, I really like this 1440. If it will break through that level, like a cup and handle level, resistant level, pretty much good to the upside in case it will break through that level. Today, sideways, just a little bit to the downside. Maybe later on today we will have a momentum because yesterday it had a great move from the beginning. So we'll see what will happen as soon as we'll open. And do you have anything else on your scanners? Let me see.
I have a few names. Let's go by volume. PLTR is really. I mean, sorry, NIO is really popping off this morning. It's almost at 1 million shares traded. It's almost up 2%. Sorry, no, it's almost. Yes, sorry. NIO is up almost 2% with almost 1 million shares traded. We had that Kathy Woods name, and no, I'm sorry, we had Jim Cramer talk about it.
Right.
And in general, NIO is a really traded stock.
Okay, let's see. 36 at the moment. What is it? 36.40.
41.
Okay, trading just a little bit above the 200 EMA here, the green line that I have here. So we might see a nice momentum move to the upside all the way to the 50 EMA around the 38.50. So yeah, definitely could be a nice play there. And you said the PLTR?
PLTR is also another one in play. Not as strong as the other ones, but in the pre-market, PLTR and F have the most market so far, with the exception of RIDE and AAPL. So PLTR, yeah. Let's go over that one next.
Okay, let's see a 1H PLTR. Okay, nice resistance from the 200 EMA as well. We got the gap open here at 22, then closing it around 22.3. So
I think if it breaks 21.50, that'd be a nice level.
Yeah. Then you got room for like 40 cents, even 50 cents.
Yeah, I have a nice
stop loss will be like a 20 cent stop. So it could give you like a 1-to-2 ratio. Okay.
Yeah, we have a nice trade there.
Let's see, XPEV.
What do you think of F? F has a lot of volume for some reason. Usually because they're coming out. F has said they're going to announce they're going to come in heavily into the EV space. Like they're going to launch, and
Ford, you mean?
Ford.
F?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I know you are American, and you like your cars.
Ford.
Yeah, but I gotta say, and I also like Ford, like the car Mustang, for example. But um, listen, this is a shitty stock
Stock
to
to trade.
trade intraday, obviously. And if you go swing,
You
whatever.
know,
But seriously, why can't they make any volume? Any not volume, the volume is high, but any volatility? Why the stock is moving like 30 cents every day?
well, I mean, the
Probably
stock
this
is
is the
heavily owned by
ATM.
institutions.
Yeah.
Stock is heavily owned by institutions and has a large float, so take a lot of momentum, a lot of movement in the
Yeah.
order flow to change the stock. And
And
unless the company is like on the verge of collapse, nobody's going to trade it.
just maybe some publicity, like a PR saying good stuff about the company that will move it higher. I don't know, but it's really shitty stock to trade intraday. I truly
How
don't
about we
see
look at RIDE? How about we look at RIDE from the pre-market brief, RIDE?
RIDE. Okay, so we are after earnings.
Yeah, earnings and bad guidance.
Okay, so around $8. The lowest is around 670. $8 here. Yeah, it's nice. Lots of space to the downside. I usually don't trade. I don't take short positions on stocks like this, like below $10. But it does look pretty good to the downside, and we got plenty of room all the way to the
Hey, Mickey, can you
7.25.
explain to everyone why you don't like to trade shorts below $10?
And yeah, not like a rule or something like that. It's just most of the time they are getting close as they're getting closer to the 0 point, and then lots of others will try to buy it because they're saying, okay, it's a cheap stock, maybe it will go to 20 again or something like that, and then there's a lot of resistance or like support, but resistance from the buyers. So this is why I usually don't like it. In this one that I'm looking at, we got room to the downside because there aren't a lot of support levels here. So if it will break the $8, then we got the room at least for the 775, and with a strong momentum move, we will go to 730. Stop loss will be around top 20 cents, not more than that. So you got your trade.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Let's see if we have anything interesting looking at the futures. Like we mentioned, still looking pretty good to the upside. Again, maybe we will see some down like a pullbacks, but eventually I see that we got a little bit more room to go higher. VIX, if I'm looking at it on a 1H, I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason why we should move right now higher from here. There isn't really a support level here, so I would expect price to decline just a little bit more to the 20s. This will give the market the opportunity to go higher, the indices to go higher, and then when we reach the 20 or the 1940, then we can change direction in the market. What do you think?
Honestly, I like on the QQQ. There's this level called 3.33, 33.4.50. Looks like the market is selling off every time it touches it. I'm wondering if the market has enough momentum to crush it. Look, on one hand, everyone is saying they're not scared of inflation. On the other hand, they're probably really scared of inflation. So I wonder if the market will, open up strongly, try to break the level, fade everyone out, grab all the liquidity, and just trap and grab all those stops and take everyone out with it. What I'm thinking could happen today.
Trap and crap.
Trap and crap, yeah.
Uh,
Breakout, nice breakout, yay! Oh no.
Because there is this um, close of the gap at 334.20, and we're just about to touch it, like 10 cents from there at the moment. So,
Yeah, but if you look at how the pre-market is trading, it keeps trying to break it and bam, down. Trying to get bam, down. I think, look, 334.50 is a nice round number, and there's probably a bunch of hidden orders and hidden liquidity around that area, just waiting to trap everyone in. That's my thoughts.
cool. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So I think we are ready. We might see some other stocks along the way as we go and scan, but these are the stocks you should definitely pay attention to. Hopefully, you wrote down all the levels that we mentioned, and that's it. Have a great trading day. We will see you tomorrow, like always, 8:30 Eastern Time. Make sure you be ready and bring your own stocks and we can analyze them as well. So,
Yep. Guys, take care. Have a great trading day. Good luck. And remember to trade safe.
bye for now.
Bye.